Yeah, I don't really do this live thing, Snapchat my thing for my videos, but my mind is a little heavy today. First of all, I got my new Right Fit shirt. Shout out to the Right Fit, Jocelyn, growing through some shit. If that don't express everything going on in the quarantine and the lockdown and just in the world in general, shit, I don't know what is. So excuse my language if I slip up a couple times, because I fuss and I cuss sometimes, but God working on me, again, growing through some shit. So anyways, I just left the local Walmart and I was driving. Otherwise I would have did my live earlier or whatever the case may be. But hey, Barbara. But I don't know, my mind's just been heavy. So, my husband and my kids will tell you I trolls the internet. I troll social media in my spare time. And it's cool. It gives me something to do because, I only have about 150 friends on this on Facebook. And I'm okay with that because I only add people that I actually know and actually like. So that's okay. But I said all that to say, conversations that I click on through clicking through other people's pages and reading comments, especially a lot of the public forums and blogs for TV stations and things like that. I just click on through it. So it's interesting just seeing and reading the views and the opinions of other people and really seeing and experiencing a freaking racial divide. Like, it's so freaking bananas to me. Like, it's so crazy to me, the things that I read on the internet. But then I also go back to my old days and the urban ways that I used to think about. Hey, morning, Leash. About walking like you talk it and run up or shut up. So I don't really get too heated or involved in what people say over the internet, because people got a lot of balls and nerve when they can hide behind a computer or an app or whatever the case may be. But the amount of hate that's being spewed on the internet right now is just so crazy to me. And so I say that to say this. I don't want to at all take away from what's going on in the nation right now, what's going on across the world, racism being brought to the forefront of so much. I don't want to at all take away from that. I despise people who say all lives matter, because clearly it doesn't. I despise people who want to take this time to highlight and say blue lives matter. Okay, we get that. Police lives matter as well. We don't want to take away from that, but that's not what we're talking about right now. But I don't even want to get on to all of that right now, because that ain't what I got on here for. I despise people that are using this platform and this time to highlight black on black crime in the community. That shit is stupid. That's a mute point at this point. We know when we recognize the things that we inflict on each other. That's a mute point at this time. That has nothing to do with what's going on right now. But again, I don't want to get on my internet activism point. I'll save that for a later time. I will say I'm excited for whenever they do decide to open back up my HBCU, because my teachers, ever since I started in fall 2018, have been encouraging me to enter into the social welfare reform forum. That was part of the reason why they encouraged me to go to Richmond for the social work lobbying day. They really want me to jump on this bandwagon, and it's not a bandwagon because it's not something that is for everybody and it's not something that everybody supports, but they really want me to, all my instructors, especially my black female professors at Norfolk State, have been encouraging me to seek a career after I complete my degree in policy and lobbying. And what that means would be to be like writing about policy and making suggestions for improvements on policy. So I've been running from that. All my teachers have been telling me to do that since I started at Norfolk State. I've been running from that. But, I like to put my money where my mouth is. And if that's where my voice could be used, I might try that, but I'm not saying I'm going into that. But I'm excited whenever my HBCU does really open back up, because I want to have this conversation in my class amongst educated professionals, other people seeking to be educated, and really talk about it in a forum amongst people that look like me. Not to say HBCUs are not for white people. We love white people, go white people, I got to say that, but I have very few. I have encountered very few in my classes. So, hey Kai, I'ma text you, girl. I'ma text you, girl. You know, I've been doing my thing. You know how I get sometimes, but I'ma text you. I see you doing your thing on the bingo, girl. I'ma text you, girl. And so, anyways, I said all that to say this. I went to my local Walmart this morning, right? I live in Portsmouth, Virginia. It's no secret. And so I went to my local Walmart. They know me well. They know my husband well. I go there damn near every day. And so there's this lady there. Her name is Miss Jean, older black lady, right? And she has a crush on my husband. I'm convinced she has a crush on my husband. And but it didn't always start out that way. You see, the first encounter that my husband and I had with Miss Jean, she had an attitude. And she was trying to enforce a level of authority by telling us that she was the supervisor when we asked for a supervisor. And so things have gotten better with us and Miss Jean. And I just found out her name is Miss Jean. I've been calling her Miss Jeannie for like 2 years. But her name is Miss Jean. But anyway, she was working in the photo department, and now she works in the tire department. And so my husband and I, my kids, we feel like we family. Like, she talks to us. She got a grandson that's about the same age as Marianne, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, she really loves, she's obsessed with my husband. He thinks that I'm joking, but it's so serious. She is so obsessed with him, and I'm absolutely okay with that because she can't have him. And so I don't really care. He could care less about Miss Jeannie, Miss Jean, or whatever. But she's quite the character, and she's a lot of fun sometimes if you catch her on a good day down there at that Chesapeake Square Walmart. And so I said all that to say Miss Jean was at the door now because the tire department is still kind of closed, so she's working the door or whatever the case may be, and she's been at the door for a little while. And so she's always speaking to me because she sees me, she knows me. Even behind my mask, she knows who I am. They all know who I am. I'm always at the Walmart. And so she's at the door this morning, and I got on my new shirt, like I said, from the Right Fit, growing through some shit, completely applicable. Y'all go shop the Right Fit. I love it. I love that it's gray too. I don't have a gray shirt yet, so that's so awesome. But hold on, let's wait for this trash truck to go by. You know, I be getting kind of shy sometimes. I really don't be liking people in my business, believe it or not. I really don't be putting out my business on the internet, believe it or not. I really hate the Portsmouth trash people too. They be giving me a hard time. Okay, I'm gonna go live next time. I'm gonna go live. And so next time I'm at the Walmart, lease, just for you. And so at any rate, she's at the door, which is not unusual. She's always at the door. And so she says to me today, "Oh, hey girl, you back?" I say, "Yeah, girl, you know how I do." And she said, "Oh, what's your shirt say?" I say growing through some shit. She said, "You always got a shirt that say something every time you come up in here." And she said, "But this one is different." I said, "Yeah, I got this in the mail yesterday. You know, a lot of my friends back home in San Diego, they design shirts and stuff. And so I be buying all their shirts, you know. But I buy shirts that got a message on it, you know." I said, I be having a lot to say, but I'm learning that my words is not meant for everybody. Everybody don't deserve my words, whether positive or whether negative. Everybody don't deserve my words. And at almost 36, I'm realizing that. You know what I mean? Hey, Miss Mary, love you too. Miss you guys. Tell Maddie I said hi. And so I said all that to say, like I told Miss Jeannie, you know, everybody don't deserve my words sometimes, but, you know, sometimes you can say it without saying it, and that's what my shirts say. And so she started laughing, and she was like, "Yeah, but this one is different." She said, "So today we're going to say her," and she put in quotation marks because I've been wearing all my her stuff. Shout out to Jerica and her brand. That's what I've been wearing a lot of. So she said, "Okay, today her is going through some shit." And I just fell out laughing. I really just fell out laughing. First of all, I said I'm growing through some shit. I'm not going through no shit. I mean, I am, but nothing super major. But I just fell out laughing right at the front door of the Walmart today, this morning, child. And it was so funny. She was like, "Yeah, her is going through some shit." I was so tickled by that. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, I say that all to say this. Racism is very real. I don't want to take away from that. What we're experiencing and seeing in this nation is very disheartening, infuriating, angering. I don't want to take away from that. Black lives do matter. We want to emphasize that. But here's my reality living in Portsmouth, Virginia. And it was my reality as a young girl in San Diego, California as well. But for different reasons, I have a different perspective. We'll go to that later. But my perspective in Portsmouth, Virginia, like I said, I'm not taking away from what's going around, but my reality when I step out my front door and I go inside of my community, it's not the hate that I see and experience from white people. It's real. I have experienced it. Racism was 45% of the reason why I left my last employer out in Virginia Beach. I dare not express their name. They know who they are. Some of my staff know what I experienced and saw what I experienced. Ain't no need for me to put them out there like that. But 45% of the reason why I left my last employer out in Virginia Beach was because of some of the racism I endured as a result of being the first Black female team member in leadership that they had, I think ever. Let me not get to lying. They've had other Black leaders, but they never had a Black female. And the other Black leader they had before me in leadership in the child care and for that particular location in that particular region in Virginia Beach, which is predominantly white, to a certain degree, they had not had a Black person in leadership in that facility in about 8 years before I got there, and they had never had a Black female in leadership. And so I did experience a lot of racism in that time going through it. I didn't think that's what it was, but as I look back on it, some of it was very clear and overt, but most of it was covert. And that's the hardest part. But again, I don't want to talk about that. So anyways, racism is real. I think I've established that already. I think y'all understand that I sympathize, empathize, and relate to everything that's going on in this world. But my reality in Portsmouth, Virginia, when I step out my door, when I go to Walmart, when I go to the mall, when I go to shit everywhere, because I fucking love to shop and I fucking love to eat, excuse my language, is not the racism that I experienced at the hands of white people. The hate that I see and that I experience is from other Black women. And that's a conversation that people are not ready to have. That's a conversation that it may not be the time to have, but that's my reality. And so, you know, I'm walking through the Walmart again with my little shirt on. They be so mad when I go out with my little shirts on. And by they, I mean some Black women with my little shirts on, you know. My daughter says it's my gray sweats that I got on. I won't show y'all my sweats, but you know I'm a shapely, figurely person. It don't matter if I'm skinny or if I'm fluffy. I'm going to always have my booty and my hips because it's genetic. I got it from my mama. And so Mackenzie always tell me every time I put these gray little short sweat things on that I'm drawing attention to myself. And I'm like, but I can't hide my booty. I can't do nothing about it. I'm just running to the store. These is like my yoga pants. These is my kickback sweats. It's almost damn near 90 degrees outside. I don't really own no shorts. I don't even wear no shorts, but I got these little cut off sweat looking things that they sell at the Walmart. You know what I mean? So anyways, I got my little gray sweat things on. And so if looks could kill, I'd be dead. Let's be clear. If we want to talk about just from today. But if you want to talk about what I experience on a day-to-day basis, especially when I'm out with my husband, I don't really get the looks when I'm out with my family. But when I'm out with my husband, if looks could kill, I'd be dead. If words could cut, I would bleed to death. The level of hate that Black women are so open to expressing about the next Black woman, just even with the looks in their eyes. You know, again, people don't want to talk about that, but that's my reality. So anyways, I'm in the Walmart, minding my own business. Usually I just be running up and down the aisles and things like that. Thank you, Miss Linda. I love you guys. Tell Bella I say hey. Just walk. Usually I'll be just roaming the aisles of the Walmart with no real purpose, you know. I'll have a list, but I never stick to the list. But today I was just going for printer ink. You know, I'm homeschooling. This shit, we won't even talk about that. But, you know, I'm homeschooling. We got about 10 days left. Yes, I'm counting down because I'm going to need a little break. But I'm homeschooling, so I go and get the printer ink or whatever. So I have a distinct thing that I have to do because I have to get back home to print these worksheets so my kids can start their work for today. And so I go and I'm just minding my own business, you know. And so there's this lady, she's in there and she has two, look like maybe a teenage daughter and a young daughter. Look like her kids could be the same age as mine. But when I tell you, because I've experienced so much negativity and hatred from other Black women for ever since I can remember, I knew the look when I seen the look. And so I was just like, wow, like, that's crazy, you know. I'm just minding my business. It must be these damn gray sweats. Like, damn, I blame my mama for making me this juicy. My husband and my food. Like, I can't help it. Like, so I said, must be these gray pants, you know, because my shirt say growing through some shit. That's a positive message. So why would you have a look of disgust and hate? Look how I look. This is how I went to the store, just like this. This headscarf on. This headscarf about, shit, 12 years old. It's all tatted and ratted. You can't tell. But so I went to the store just like this. And my daughter slides like nothing spectacular. No eyelashes, no makeup, no nothing. Just like this, you know. And so I just couldn't understand why she was looking at me like that. And I don't know her. So I'm like, shit, these bitches be hating. Excuse my language, but that's what I was thinking in my head, because that's why I got to tell myself so I could keep it pushing sometimes. And so I kept it pushing. And so I get my ink, check out in the back, come back up to the front, see the lady and her kids again. They checking out as well. No big deal, but she still got that look of disgust in her face. So I'm really thinking, like, do I know this bitch? Like, she looked like she really got a problem with me, but I don't even think that I know her. So go on about my business, because, again, I'm growing through some shit, you know? And so I'm like, all right, it ain't even nothing, you know? So I walk out. Like I said, everybody in Walmart know me. So it's an old man that be at the door, be trying to make conversation. Young boys that work the tire station with Miss Jeannie that be trying to make conversation, because I be talking to Miss Jeannie all the time, or whatever the case may be. But I don't talk to men at all whatsoever. I'll nod my head as a sign of respect, but I keep it moving. I mean, there's no need for me to have a conversation with another man or male. I can have that conversation with my husband, like, period. And so I went out and I left out the store. And the man at the door asked me, because Miss Jeannie wasn't at the door no more, so it was the old man at the door. He always at the door. He always trying to make small talk. He get on my damn nerves, but I be trying to be respectful. People be taking advantage of my kindness to be respectful to my elders, okay? And so, anyway, he asked me about my shirt, so then I had to say it again, you know. But that's okay. That's what it's a conversation piece. It's a conversation piece. And so I'm like, all right, yeah, that's what it say. But I think he was trying to be fresh. But I was like, all right, homie, peace out. You know me. I'll see you later. Like I said, I know they know me. And I wear all my shirts, my Her shirts, my Right Fit shirts, all my shirts that I order, my God and Goals, Faithful Chicks Boutique shirts, all I wear them on a regular. And so if I'm going to Walmart every day, of course I'm going to be wearing them, you know. And so I don't think nothing of it. It's about my mood for the day. It's about how I feel for the day. I tell people all the time, I don't even get dressed for my husband, child. I mean, I might sometimes if I'm in the right mood. I get dressed for my doggone self, okay? Shit, fuck what you heard. And that's facts. But anyways, I feel like I'm rambling and I want to cut this short, because I know I got something I'm supposed to be doing rather than being on here on this damn live. And so anyways, I walk out the store. Didn't think nothing of it. Now, mind you, we drive a 2010 Chevy Impala. We bought it brand new. It's got some miles on it. That's the family car. And the Honda's mine, and my husband's got his old school, but the family car is the Chevy Impala. My husband is a diehard Chargers fan, but the San Diego Chargers. He still support the LA Chargers, but he supported the San Diego Chargers for the home team. So I've bought him, you know, Charger steering wheel covers, Charger head covers. He got a personalized license plate that say Love Cali, you know. He got the license plate frame that says San Diego Chargers. Like, we out here repping for our city and our state at all times. That's another reason why people be hating too. That's another reason, but that's another topic for another day. So I said all that to say, I hop in my Love Cali motherfucking car with my Poetic Dime face mask on, okay, repping, okay, with my Right Fit shirt on, okay, repping, and with my daughter's $5 slice. And so I said that to say, hold on, I'm trying to read, I'm reading these comments because Jerica is speaking to me right now. You know, you could always get a good word from Miss Jerica there, Sister Soldier Jerica. So I'm trying to read all these comments while I'm still trying to get my thought out before I forget, because I forget shit real fast and real easy. But the reason why, side note, the reason why I love and support not only Jocelyn's Right Fit brand, but particularly Jerica's brand as far as her, is because of something that she just put in the comments, which say, when you know who you are, you know, it makes people uncomfortable, you know what I mean? And I missed the entire point, but that's basically the gist of it. And so as I come into a level of maturity within myself as a mother and as a wife and as somebody that's out in the community on a regular basis, I come to know myself and love myself at a greater level. And so initially, I can admit that my pride in myself was for outwardly appearance. Like I said, you know, I love my shape. I have always loved my shape, and shoot, you couldn't tell me nothing before I had kids. And even after I had Winky baby, shoot, 140 pounds, slim waist, flat tummy, big booty, you couldn't tell me nothing. And so I admit that initially the pride that I had in myself, the pride that people saw that came off as conceit, the pride that rubbed people the wrong way was ill-based. It's not wrong to be confident in yourself, but it has to be deeper and better than a physical level. And so that's what I love about Jerica's brand, because while somebody might assume that I'm out here wearing a shirt that says her as it to in a way of pride or conceit, it ain't even about that. It's about who I am in God and knowing and discovering my purpose in God. And that's why I love Her Lips by Jerica, because you can assume whatever you want, and depending on what mood I'm in, it might mean something different when it say her. But best believe, when I'm talking about myself and I'm talking about the things I go through, it's to give all the glory to God, because He the only reason why I'm still standing. You better know it. You better believe it. If you don't believe me, you better check my record, ask my peoples. That's the only way and reason why I'm where I'm at right now. And so anyways, I said all that to say, I'm going to try, Leash. I'm going to try. I feel like my long rants might warrant a live. That's why I didn't make this a long post and made it a video. I might check in with y'all once a month or something like that, you know, kind of give y'all my thoughts outside of my long post so y'all can really see what I'm out here doing and what I'm striving and what I'm instilling, most importantly, in my children, especially my daughters. And so anyways, I say all that to say this. I leave out the Walmart, minding my business, hops in, you know, my car, you know, my husband, the family car, he keeps it nice and clean. It's black and all, you know, it's nice, you know. And the best part about it is, baby, is paid for. We own that. I got the title, baby. So I push my whips because they're all paid for. I don't give a damn if it was a 2002. I pay for it. We pay for it. We own it. So I be pushing my whips. So anyways, pop up in my Love Cali little Impala and going about my day, and I'm going down the road and I encounter this same lady from the Walmart. She's in her car and she playing chicken with me, like real life, playing chicken with me. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, the Lord's still working on me. Everybody know, even my kids will tell you, even on a Sunday, you catch me the wrong way, I got road rage like a motherfucker. Don't be playing with me. I got a heavy foot, okay, baby? So I'm like, oh, wow. This is crazy. So I'm like, Lord, you know, be with me today, Father God. You know, I'm still working on myself. I'm still growing through some shit. So, you know, let me not be playing no chicken with this lady and fussing and cussing like I normally do when people be driving all crazy and acting all crazy. And so I said all that to say, good morning, Lily girl. How you doing, beautiful? And so I said all that to say, I encountered her on the road, and I'm like, damn, this lady really seemed like she got a lot of animosity for somebody that I never, at least I don't believe or recall, have ever encountered in my life. And that's what made me really think about making this live when I got back to the house and got myself situated. Because like I said, my reality when I walk out these doors, again, I know racism exists. I know it's real. I know these is trying times, and I'm with it. I don't support looting. I don't support rioting, but I'm with it. I'm with the movement. But my reality is not racism at the hands of white people. My reality is, I don't even know what to call it besides hate from other black women. And that has been my reality. And I tell this story often. I remember when my sister graduated from UEI, shout out to Keita, you know, she's the bomb. She's like the better half of me, you know, always has been. She's always been the yin to the yang. She's always been the good twin. And so, morning, Shelly Bow. Good morning, girl. And so I said all that to say, my sister was graduating from UEI. At that time, I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. Had not graduated from anything besides probably 6th grade at that point, and we was adults by then. I believe this was before I had Mackenzie. This was in my real reckless and wild days. That was in the super conceited days where you couldn't tell me nothing, baby. 3 jobs, no bills. I mean, I ain't had no apartment either or no car, but you couldn't tell me nothing. Like I told you, slim waist, flat stomach, big booty, you couldn't tell me nothing. So I walks into Keita's UEI graduation like, The show is here, baby. The show is motherfucking here, you know. And I was late, of course, more than likely probably high. Let's be clear. I'm just going to be honest. That was the life I lived at that time. You know, fresh off the trolley, because like I said, I ain't had no car. I had money in my pocket, but I ain't had no car. And so we went into the UEI graduation, and my mom was there. And she was there with her friend at that time, Mr. Aubrey. Love him to death. Shout out to him. And so I walked in and I just walked in. I was just being me. And this is part of the reason why I love my mom so much. Because I walked in there and she stood up. And she was so proud. She was so proud. Now, the reason why I emphasize how proud she was is because the way I was living my life at that time, a lot of time my family didn't want to fuck with me like that because I was doing shit I ain't had no business doing. I was living real reckless at that time. But I remember the look in my mom's face. It's my sister's graduation, so we all proud of her. But it was a different kind of pride that I seen in my mom's face on this day. And so when I thought she had to stand up for me to see where she was at. And, of course, she gave me a tongue lashing for being late and being extra or whatever the case may be. But this is what my mama told me, and I remember it like it was yesterday. She said, girl, I saw the way them ladies, everybody looked at you when you came in the room. She said, not just the girls, just everybody. She said, you was demanding attention without even asking for it. Okay? So if you want to blame anybody for making me the way I am, you better blame that Rosemary Wilson right there down there in the El Cajon City, El Cajon, California right now. And so she said that, and I was like, wow, like, demand attention without even asking for it. She said, whatever you do, anytime you ever walk in the room, you always walk with your head held high. And you demand attention without asking for it. That's what my mama told me. And this is like, shoot, I can't even tell you, good 15 or more years ago. It's a long time ago. And I remember in that moment, the pride that my mom had in her eyes, not because I was graduating, because like I said, I had not graduated from anything at that point. I was a fuck up at that point. But because she told me, demand attention without even asking for it. And I feel like, and Jerica says this a lot, and I believe it, that's what Godfidence is about. People don't understand that. It can often be confused or misconstrued with conceit or arrogance or cockiness. And if you're not careful and you're not humble enough and you don't have a relationship with God, that is what it is. Let's be clear. But that's Godfidence. When you demand attention without asking for it when you walk in the room. And that's what people don't know and understand out here in this community with these other black women. You see another girl, she look nice, or she drive a nice car, or her nails is good, or her jewelry popping, or her lip gloss is popping, or hell, y'all be hating on people that don't even got nothing. I don't even understand that. And I said, had to speak on it. Thank you, Jen. I love you so much, Jen. I love you, girl. And so I said all that to say, y'all be hating on people and don't even know. Another thing my mama always said, because she's super spiritual, always has been my whole entire life. She say, and it's a Bible verse, so don't be mad at me if I misquote it, but you got to be careful how you treating people because you might be entertaining an angel in disguise. And so that's another reason why I watch how I treat and interact with people, even when I don't like them. Okay, because I don't really like people for real. Let me not let anything fool you. God's still working on me with that. I don't even really like people for real. It don't take much for me not to like you because I'm just not a people person, believe it or not. I was paid to be pleasant in my previous positions, and I have been able to get certain types of relationships with people that I value. But make no mistake, ask about me. Ask my people. That's all you gotta do is ask my people. I'm saved. I'm sanctified. God is working on me, but I really don't like people. Okay, let's be clear. Even my kids will tell you that. Okay, I'm very selective. Okay. So I said all that to say, even when I don't like people, I'm called and I'm required as a Christian and as my walk with Christ to treat them not just how I want to be treated, but treat them as God has called me to treat them, even when I don't like them, even when I disagree with them. And that's what makes the hate that I endure at the hands of strangers, but sometimes it be people in your own circle too, of black women. And as black women, we need to do better. And so when this lady was driving and being all crazy with me and looking at me all funny in the Walmart, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of mad, but I like, look at you, bitch, like, whatever, like, I would be mad too. No offense. I'm so sorry. Lord forgive me, but that's just how I was looking at it. And so I said that to say, in that moment, I said to myself, my kids, especially my daughters, will be able to tell you that I fuss and I cuss. I drink my little wine and my margaritas and my tacos. I love to eat. I dance in my kitchen to old school ratchet. I don't get with this new ratchet, but anything that came out in my clubbing days of shoot, I don't know, but probably like maybe 2010 or before, and maybe a few other songs that come out every now and again. You know, I download them to my phone and I dance in my kitchen while I'm cooking, and I don't have to have any alcoholic beverages to do it. It's just the mood, it's just the vibe, depending on how I feel. I play old school, I play gospel, but I play gospel typically when I'm trying to get in the mood, so it's not typically when I'm in my kitchen cooking. It's usually when I'm in solitude or when I'm trying to start my day or end my day, when I choose to play my gospel music. In my kitchen, I'm playing something secular. And so music is my happy place, especially all my music from my clubbing days from 2011 and before. And so, anyways, I said all that to say that we as black women need to do better. And I actually pride myself, and I use this word loosely because I don't want people to think that it's a worldly pride. It's I just don't know how any other way to phrase it, but I'm happy that while my kids can tell you that I drink my wine or have my margaritas, dance in my kitchen to songs that are secular, I have never ever taught or encouraged my children to hate anybody. And I will never, ever teach or encourage my children to hate anybody. In particular, since we're talking about how black women hate on other black women, my kids, my daughters will never be able to tell you or show you or emulate hate for another black girl, okay? Because they have not been taught that. I think about that lady that I encountered today and the message that she's sending to her kids, her daughters, other black girls, with that nastiness that she had in her heart towards a complete stranger, towards another complete black woman, especially in times like this in this world. Like, girl, we already got to fight the man. We already got to deal with stuff from people that don't look like us. And you want to reiterate or recycle, or I don't even have the words for it, a cycle of hatred for another black woman based off of how she looked? Like, how dumb is that? But again, I can't speak for how everybody else choose to live their life or choose to raise their kids. All I know is right here at 1405. Y'all see the address up there? I need some new numbers up there. I spray painted it. It don't look that good. You can't even see it now. I done moved it. Right there. There she go. Right here at 1405, my daughters ain't going to be able to recycle that because they're not being taught that. I'm not showing them that. Y'all need to stop with all this internet banging and this fake female encouragement that y'all got going on the internet when y'all really nasty people and nasty women in real life. You understand what I'm saying? My kids going to tell you what I post is who I am. No matter how crazy it is, no matter how different it is, no matter how much my opinion may differ from the masses, what I post, I actually live it. I actually live by it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm proud on this day today to be able to say and to be able to continue to strive towards an attitude and a household of bringing up young black girls that's not going to hate on other girls that look just like them just because of how they look or what they have. You understand what I'm saying? So that is my message for today. Like I said, my reality, and it's been my reality for a very, very long time. And my mom has given me the tools to kind of work through it and live through it, because it used to make me mad. I used to go upside people's heads. You understand what I'm saying? You better ask about me. But I can't do that no more, and I don't want to do that no more. I choose to use my words, but I say all that to say, while we're living through some tough times, it's time for us to really take time and reevaluate and look at ourselves in the mirror and look at the other forms of hatred that we reiterate. I'm sorry, I don't even have the right words for it. Like, that we portray and that we demonstrate through our actions within our own people, particularly black women against other black women. That ain't never something I'm ever gonna support. I ain't never gonna hate on the next woman for what she got, what she look like, what she don't got, because what's meant for me is meant for me. Everybody has different walks in their life. Everybody has different purposes in their life. It ain't never gonna bother me to see somebody else succeed when I'm not succeeding. I'm a firm believer that the tortoise wins the race. So if it ain't came to me, it ain't meant for me, you understand? Or it ain't time for me, you understand what I'm saying? And we got to do better before we can ever even think to start calling out the next person on how they feel and the hate that they have. When you out here hating on the next woman that look just like you, share the same skin as you, probably share the same struggles as you, and if you really took the time to talk to them, you probably see that you got more understanding and more similarities than differences, but you too busy spewing hate, even sometimes without even saying it, on the next black woman. That's what we need to be talking about. That's the conversation that needs to be heard. Maybe not right now, maybe it is right now, but like I said, my reality is not racism. Okay, like, I know it exists, but that's not my reality right now. My reality is the hate that I get from other black women just for going outside looking like this. Okay, can you imagine the shit that I go through when I get dressed up? Can you imagine the shit I go through when I be out with my husband? And they be so mad. They be looking at my husband. I don't even care. He don't be looking at them. You wasting your time. You might as well look at me. Shit, you might as well look at both of us, because 9 times out of 10, I probably picked out his clothes any doggone way, okay? And just, so again, I digress. I went on a rant. I kind of probably went far off track, but I'm going to go ahead and end this. But those was my thoughts for today. Y'all have a blessed day. It is hot as Hades out here in Virginia. I don't know what I'm about to do. The mold done came and chewed up my husband's beautiful lawn. That's another thing. Maybe I'll talk about another time about being humble, because I was like, ooh, baby, we got the best lawn on the motherfucking block. And then, sorry, slipped my language. And then the mold came and he done dug up the whole damn yard. It just looked a hot mess. And so that's a lesson on humility too. But that's another lesson for another day. Thank y'all for watching me. I think this is like my first real live live. I like the comments. I love y'all comments. Keep doing what y'all doing. I'ma support y'all. Y'all support me. But even if you don't support me, I'm still gonna support y'all, because that's what it's about. All right, I'm out of here. Peace, love, joy. Hallelujah.